Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the greatest common divisors of string question in LeetCode 75. Last time we saw how to find solution by finding the patterns, making observations, writing the pseudocode, and then asking ChatGPT, of course, to quickly write down in Java syntax. And well, the solution did work. But if you look at the accepted and you see the runtime here, you see it's not really efficient. So why is that? Let's see if there is anything that is repeating, that is a clear sign that something is, can be changed. If not, maybe there is a better way. Um, yeah. So last time we saw that there are two strings. We found the smallest string out of the two. So if we have this example, so string 1, string 1 dot length is equal to 6, string 2 dot length is equal to 3. So let's just go through the solution. Maybe we'll find any, repetition. So is this less than this? No. And we should have here basically the first string and the second string, right? And well, is this greater than this? No. So the smallest string would be this, and the largest string would be this. Based on this logic, there is no, well, in a way there is repetition, right? That we are checking for this logic, like it's an if-else kind of situation. So what we can, I'm sorry, yeah, so what we can do here is, let's just see if it is less than equal to. If it is true, then we say smaller equal to string 1, larger equal to string 2. Otherwise we say the opposite. We don't have to check it twice. So that's one efficiency there. Am I writing it correctly? I think so. Let's format it once it's properly done. So I'll just comment this out. I need to still create those strings. It will be null values here, unfortunately. Let me format it. So basically we just created one check instead of two checks. So that is one repetition removed. And we just assigned either smaller or larger based on that. So once we did that, we know it will definitely go into either the if condition or the else condition. So we don't need to do, oh, what if it is null pointer and so on. So let's just go to the next one. So then we find the length of the smaller one. In this case, it should be the same as ABC, which is 3. Then we check directly if the smallest string, if repeated, is it found in the largest string? If so, that itself is the divisor. Otherwise, we get into this for loop and we check, first of all, if the substring of this smaller string, which is of length divided by 2 and smaller. So in this case, 3 by 2 is 1 in integer division. And so we'll just check, okay, is a divisor for the smaller string? Well, it is clearly not, so we will come out anyway. So there is a repetition as such here, so it's all meaningful logic. Let's see if this has any issues. So we have the length of the string given here, we have the length of the pattern. So if the pattern divides the length, pattern length is divisible, length is divisible by the pattern length. Here we are doing append, right? So we are just saying a, so multiple times we append till the length. Do we really need to do that? This might be one repetition for sure, right? There's a for loop. A loop is a repetition. Clearly, there be a better way? That is something to ask ourselves. So if we can reduce this, there might be a way. So let me ask ChatGPT, can you make this logic more efficient? Stay logged out. Well, it did not remove. Okay. So instead of building the full string with string builder, check the substring directly. What does that mean? So string substring. Okay, that is quite interesting. So we can do this. So I will comment this out, format it. So what it is saying is, if the length is divisible, we go inside, otherwise we say false. Well, it rephrased it a little bit. That's still no issue. Then we say, okay, so if it is divisible, let's just find the substring instead of, concatenating. We just, so basically what it is saying here is, if we have this string and our pattern is AB, instead of doing AB, 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 and then checking if this is equal to this, which we were doing here, ChatGPT gave us a solution. Check if AB is here. If it is present, then check if AB is here. If it is not present, you can come out, right? You don't have to create this entire thing and then figure out. In between itself, you can check and figure out. So that is still a improvement. Yeah, you can come out quickly instead of figuring it out later. So I will remove all the commented out stuff. Just quickly verify if this is working. Oh, what is wrong? Wow, there's so many wrong answers. So clearly something is wrong. So ABC, this logic looks correct. What is the answer? Output is blank. Wow. So here, larger, smaller, we didn't change that. We changed this logic though. So we know what the length and pattern is. It is 6. This is 3. And if it is divisible, well, it is. There can be some issue with this logic, right? So pattern length equal to 3. So here we are supposed to have I equal to 0. I should be less than length, which is 6. And I will add the same length as pattern. And here the string, which is ABC dot substring starting from 0 till 0 plus 3, which is 3 dot equals pattern, which is ABC. That is what we're checking. So 0 to 3 means 0 is included, but 3 is not included. So it is 0, 1, 2, ABC. So first one should, well, it is equal, so it doesn't go inside. Then it comes here. This will become 3 now, and this will be less than 6 still. And then we will say substring starting from 3 going up to 6, and starting from 3 to this, yes, Is this a substring? It is. So you just go out and now you say this will be 6. It is not less than 6, so you come out and you are supposed to return true here. We didn't change that logic, so that's where it went wrong. Now maybe it is working fine. Oh, interesting. How did that happen? So in the find divisor, what do we have? We have this and we have this in the first one. Then we get inside, so this is 6 and this is 4 now. And 6 divided by 4 should not give you 0, it will give you 2. So, so basically I had to listen to what ChatGPT had done. So if this is not this, basically you're supposed to say return false. But if it does, then you go and check the for loop. And then when you come out of the for loop, it means you are done. So now ChatGPT had given this and I ignored it conveniently, and now I know why my solution was wrong. Thankfully, we had a helpful use case. So let's go for it. Now it is better. You see, appending the string was clearly adding so much time, unnecessary time to it. This is amazing. Now let's ask if it has a better solution than this. So I want to go back to the initial question I asked, or rather I'll just ask for GCD of strings, give a solution which is time efficient. There can be time efficiency or space efficiency. That's when something which is quick in time can take up a lot of space, which takes little space could take more time. So there is always a balance between the two. That's why I was very specific about time efficiency. Let's see. So GCD, what does that do? I don't think that's a proper solution. It's finding the GCD of the length. You don't want to know the length. You want to. It didn't get my question. I need to copy paste this. Find a time efficient. Yes. Oh, it made its own observations. Love it. Steps to solve, solution outline, blah blah blah. Wow, give me the same thing. Maybe I didn't understand that. I just want to blindly copy paste this now. Very much curious to know what is happening. So let me remove this and public static, not public string. String 2, blah blah blah. You want to be static. Just on this. I thought this didn't work. What? What? Wow, I should really look at the solution before dismissing it, right? So, GCD of string. So basically, if string 1 plus string 2 is not equal to string 2 plus string 1, there is no common divisor. That does make sense. That means there is no repetition, basically. Amazing. This is amazing. Find the GCD of the lengths of the two strings. Okay. Well, this would be 6 and this is 4. So the GCD would be 2. And just find the substring of that. Wow, this is crazy. Wow, there is no for loop whatsoever. Well, we just find GCD, right? And there is a while loop, but this does not have any string operations, so it's clearly way easier, and this is a really good solution. Amazing. So what is it doing? So first checks this. This is a very, very wonderful. I'm mind blown. Yep. This observation is really key. Let's see if we can mathematically figure it out, right? So basically what we're saying here is S equal to T, so on plus T. T is the GCD of S. There is another, if there is, so basically if there is another string, let's call it RS, okay, R. There is another string R for which T is the GCD, and it is also made up of T, but of a different length. So that's why it makes sense to say, so let's say AB, 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 and T equal to AB, and R equal to AB, AB. So that's why it makes sense to say that if you do T plus blah blah T plus blah blah T plus blah blah T, it should be equal to doing it the other way around. So basically S plus R will match R plus S. That's why this insane solution works. That was quite interesting. Now my next question is, what is a real life application of this question? I'm really curious to know. Is it just, mind bending, or is there something meaningful out of this? Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I'm seriously mind blown. Whatever we did right now, just this has so many different applications. Wow, it is worth doing, right? Crazy. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had some fun. Let's meet again with another problem next time. Thank you.